You asked, we listened. After countless requests, we're finally breaking down Dragon Ball Super Fusion World. Whether you're a diehard fan or a collector chasing the next One Piece trajectory, this digital forward TCG is impossible to ignore. Is it the next golden goose or just a fleeting blast? Let's strip away the hype and analyze the raw data, art, and market basics to see if your portfolio is ready for a Saiyan power-up. First, let's address the elephant in the room. Why does this exist when Dragon Ball Super Masters was already established? The answer is accessibility. Masters became incredibly complex, with a steep learning curve that alienated new players. Fusion World was built from the ground up to be intuitive, fast-paced, and, crucially, synced with a robust digital client. By streamlining the mechanics to mirror the massive success of the One Piece card game, Bandai created a product that isn't just for veteran TCG players, but for the massive global casual audience that knows Goku and Vegeta by heart. This leads us to the inevitable comparison: Fusion World versus Masters. While Masters holds a special place for hardcore collectors due to its deep card pool and the legendary God Rares, we firmly believe Fusion World is the better of the two. The existence of the digital client, with code cards in every physical pack, creates a constant churn. Simplicity creates accessibility. Worldwide synced releases open up a larger market, and the demand for sealed product that Masters lacks. This phygital ecosystem is the modern standard for TCG longevity, and Fusion World is the only Dragon Ball product fully embracing it. Let's look at the release schedule. Since its debut in early 2024, the main sets, starting with Awakened Pulse, FB01, and Blazing Aura, FB02, have hit the market with consistent regularity. As of early 2026, we have seen a steady stream of main boosters, up to FB08, that introduce new colors and mechanics without overwhelming the power creep. These core sets are the bread and butter of the game, maintaining a healthy supply of playable staples that keep the tournament scene alive. Here is a brief Dragon Ball Super Fusion World main booster set history overview. Launching the game in February 2024, FB01, Awakened Pulse established the foundation for collectors by introducing the very first secret rares and leader cards. Arriving shortly after in May 2024, FB02, Blazing Aura expanded the game's strategic depth with powerful new archetypes that created the first major shifts in the competitive meta. Released in August 2024, FB03, Raging Roar shook up the color wheel by officially adding black cards and the fan-favorite Bardock to the playable pool. Closing out the first year in November 2024, FB04, Ultra Limit featured characters from Dragon Ball Daima and introduced 5 distinct leader types to diversify deck building. Marking the game's first major milestone in February 2025, FB05, New Adventure celebrated the first anniversary with commemorative cards that reignited player interest. Dropping in May 2025, FB06, Rivals Clash focused heavily on the iconic rivalry between Goku and Vegeta, appealing specifically to collectors of the two main Saiyans. Hitting shelves in September 2025, FB07, Wish for Shenron introduced unique gameplay mechanics centered around gathering Dragon Balls to summon Shenron. Released recently in December 2025, FB08. Saiyan's Pride is the set currently driving the sneaky buying volume and features highly sought-after Saiyan-centric chase cards. However, the real spice for collectors lies in the specialty sets, manga boosters. The release of Manga Booster 01, SB01, and Manga Booster 02, SB02, changed the collecting landscape entirely. These sets strip away the standard anime screenshots and replace them with raw, dynamic manga panels directly from Toriyama's original work. These are not just game pieces, they are historical artifacts. For a collector, these sets offer a unique aesthetic that differentiates them from 90% of other anime TCGs on the market. Understanding the rarity system is critical before you buy. Fusion World follows a hierarchy similar to One Piece: Leader, Common, Uncommon, Rare, Super Rare, SR, and Secret Rare, SCR. The pull rates are tough but fair. A typical booster box will yield a specific number of SRs and usually one SCR or alt art. It feels very familiar to Pokemon or One Piece collectors. You aren't guaranteed the big hit in every box, which keeps the chase alive and the singles market healthy. The secret alternate arts have an estimated pull rate of 1 in 4 booster boxes, but the real chase is the super alternate art secret rare, which are extremely hard to pull and are comparable to the manga art rares of One Piece. Now let's talk about the art. This is some of the best looking cardboard on the market. As a personal fan of the Cell Saga, my absolute favorite arc, seeing the super alternate art versions of Perfect Cell or Gohan feels less like holding a game card and more like owning a miniature canvas. We've discussed TCGs as modern art in previous weeks, and Fusion World leans heavily into this. The text boxes are clean, the foiling is premium, and the full art cards let the character designs breathe. Even if the game mechanics eventually stale, these cards will remain desirable display pieces. The Bandai factor is another bullish signal. Bandai has clearly learned from their past stumbles with Digimon and early Dragon Ball Super. With Fusion World, they are replicating the One Piece playbook: aggressive, organized play support, consistent, high-quality promos, and better stock management. They are treating this as a premier IP, not a side project. When the manufacturer is this invested in the ecosystem's success, it provides a safety net for collectors worrying about the game's lifespan. Fusion World distinguishes itself with simultaneous global releases, unifying the market worldwide and making trends easier to track without the lag of previous eras. Furthermore, the inclusion of digital code cards in every physical pack creates a seamless bridge to the digital client. This integration boosts sealed value and acts as a powerful funnel, onboarding online players directly into the physical ecosystem. Let's shift to market sentiment. Currently, the chase cards in every set are the super alternate art secret rares. These cards have exploded out of the gate, with many being bought up in the low hundreds and relisted for 4 figures. FOMO, fear of missing out, is driving these prices as collectors scramble to secure the grail of each set. The visual appeal is undeniable, but the price tag is eye-watering. Here is the hard truth. Stay away from the high-end super alt arts right now. Buying a raw modern card for $1,000 plus shortly after release is a high-risk gamble. These cards often see a retracement as more product is opened and the new toy shine wears off. When sellers see they have listed too high and no one is buying, they are likely to sell for more realistic amounts. Unless you have money to burn and simply must have it for your personal collection, these are not the smart investment plays at their current volatility. So, where should you put your money? Reasonably priced sealed booster boxes and sleeved single boosters. The presence of high-value chase cards in packs gives sealed product a unique floor value, plus players will always need codes for the online game. Alternatively, look for the standard secret rares or lower-tier alternate arts, SR alts, that are currently flying under the radar. These offer beautiful art and playability at a fraction of the cost, with plenty of room for organic growth as the player base expands. In summary, Dragon Ball Super Fusion World is a streamlined, beautiful, and strategically supported TCG that looks like it is here to stay. It offers a perfect entry point for those priced out of One Piece or overwhelmed by Masters. Just remember to invest with your head, not just your nostalgia. Focus on sealed product and accessible singles. Enjoy the incredible manga art and don't get burned chasing the highest rarity ghosts. To reiterate, we are not recommending you go all in on the current Dragon Ball hype. If you are looking to deploy thousands of dollars into high-end chase cards, that capital is much safer in established juggernauts like Pokemon or One Piece. We wrote this primarily to inform you on the landscape. If you do choose to start a position, stick to Fusion World for the best growth potential, avoid the FOMO, and focus strictly on low-risk entries.